So I wanted to talk to you today about how you're defined by your actions, and this is how I see it, and also what happens when you move to the other side. So every action that you take, be it whatever deed it is, it denotes your barcode, so to speak. So that if you do a deed that is devious or underhanded at any stage, it's a bit like a game of snakes and ladders with that barcode. So we up the vibration if we're doing something good. We down the vibration if we're doing something that is either selfish or can be considered one of the negative traits in a human being. And they're listed, aren't they? You know, something that is selfish, something that's greedy, something that is a deceit and underhanded, something that you would take control of a situation without honour, or there's so many. There are so many. But what happens is you're defined actually by your actions, and it alters your vibration as a person. And I was reading for somebody, and she wanted to know outcomes if she left her home space or if she didn't. What were the different outcomes? And in her vibration, it showed that she would keep changing her mind, so nothing would really ever be affected one way or the other. So I couldn't go further down any other route because her vibration said that she wouldn't make a firm decision about anything. So a person's vibration is really important, whether you are reading cards for them or whether you are reading their aura, their runes. It doesn't matter really what tool you use. It has to apply to the person's vibration. The reason we have this is we're evolving, or some of us are not, so to speak. But if you define your actions by doing good deeds, and it doesn't really matter what anybody else does, so I might do a good deed for you and you might not be grateful. That's really not important. That doesn't alter my vibration. My vibration goes up because I did the good deed, irrespective of whether you like me, dislike me, whatever the vibration is that you emit. That's your vibration. And when they say in the Bible, and I'm truly not a person who reads the Bible there, but there are aspects of it that look very encoded. In my house, many mansions. It means that when you die and you go over to the other side, you will go to the vibration that you resonate with. So if you were a liar and a cheat, you'd be housed in a pod with other liars and cheats. If you were fantastically intelligent, you're not necessarily with your birth family. So if you were fantastically intelligent, good deeds, an ethic, then you go with that vibration. In my house, many mansions. And it means that you have soul clusters. And whatever soul cluster that you resonate with, you go to that vibration. So it's really not important to concern yourself with what other people do. It's irrelevant what they do. You are only working on yourself. You are only working on your own vibration to make sure that it's the highest vibration. And why do you want that? Because on the highest vibration, when you are a person that is ethical and honourable, you are then resonating higher and your connection with the other side is better. You've lifted your vibration out of the monotony and chaos, and you've lifted it thus far that you deserve to communicate with the other side. Why would they give a child a loaded gun? So why would they give a person clairvoyance and really good clear clairvoyance unless they felt that person could use it for the greater good? I have seen clairvoyance tumble because their ethic isn't there. And there has to be an ethic to serve the person in front of you. When I am reading for a person, it isn't about me or what I can get. It's about whatever they can give me for that person. If it means that it's good for them to connect with a person on the other side, then I get that. If they feel it would be harmful to them in their process of grief, then I don't get that. I don't have control over the things I get as much as I would like to. So I have to trust the other side completely in their message. And those messages are quite subtle. And sometimes you wonder about how certain people work with their clairvoyant ability. And particularly if you have seen that some people are not quite ethical. And I believe that they take their information on a lower vibrational level, and that information then is not trustworthy. So that if you get a message from a clairvoyant that says, oh, you're going to die? Yeah, well, really? We're all going to die. Nobody gets out of here alive. But if they tell you something scary, dismiss it. They're getting their information on a lower vibrational level. I've understood over the years of doing this that the other side will not pour oil on troubled waters, not the high vibrational aspect of it. So they will not give you things that are worrying. They will warn you about stuff you can avoid. But what's the point in telling somebody about something they can't avoid and is part of their journey or karma? So you might say, well, why do they allow things to happen to us? Well, they do allow things to happen to you because sometimes you need humility, you need wisdom, you need the ability to get through life. And some of the difficulties shape that. If you were really arrogant in a past life and had been spoon-fed, then in this life they might give you some humbling experiences. And all of those shape your character. But it is about you looking inwards at your own character rather than being judgmental of anybody else's. If somebody sits in front of me, it could be Jack the Ripper or the king of some country. I really don't care. I am there to serve them. And I am there with an ethic to serve them. So if they ask me a question and that question I feel is unethical, then they don't get the answer that they want. I will not be led by the client. I will only be led by what the other side tell me. And to be a good psychic, you need to trust only in the other side, but you have to make sure that your vibration is right and good. I was once told that if you resent a deed, don't do it because it's a deed undone. So it's no good thinking, well, I'll go out there and I'll do a load of good deeds and I'll up my vibration, particularly if you don't like what you're doing. So it has to be done with a good heart, so to speak. You have to want to do it. Otherwise, it's really pointless. And I think it's really important to treat people as you would want to be treated yourself, and in that way it keeps it nice and even. It doesn't matter to me what they've done. They define their self. They do not define me. And sometimes people have said to me, oh, you only see the good in people. No, that's not true. I can see who they are, but I choose to focus on the good. And so perhaps now, after this, it might shape a little bit of the way that you work your discipline for clairvoyance. Because it is a discipline. And because we don't just have to eat right, we have to think right. If we're going to serve other people, we have to be right. So I hope you've enjoyed it today and enjoyed listening to me. Thanks for listening.